To share this little experimental prototype vertical axis wind turbine that has flapping wings. It's fabricated with scraps and inexpensive parts, along with 3D printed axle supporting adapters. The panels are 1 foot by 4 foot PVC hobby material, and along with the 3D printed PLA parts, none of which are really suitable for being in the sun, but they serve their purpose for this prototype. So you can see the flapping panels have been cut lengthwise and fastened to a 1/4 inch aluminum rod that I got from a local hardware store. They're 4 foot length, and 3D printed blade supports and the central hub axle support are all adhered together using construction adhesive, just with surface tension, and it actually holds together remarkably well. This thing has a lot of thrashing and flapping and slapping around, and is practically held together by imagination, but it seems to survive. The radius on this first unit is about 12 inches, and it actually worked, the action worked pretty well, but it didn't have enough power to push through a load on the generator, which I used a permanent magnet direct drive washing machine motor as a generator and mounted it inside this gray paint bucket. The second iteration, I had extended the arms by about 11 inches to get more torque for the generator, and that worked quite well. I did quickly realize that I could have made a 5th flap and arm. It would have smoothed out the action with the larger diameter turbine. Of course, then I'd have to reprint the hub adapters, and since this is just a prototype anyway, I was far too lazy to go down that road. In addition to the flap axles, you can see the various colored fiberglass rods. They were inexpensive at the local hardware store. Also, they seem to be typically used as driveway reflector mounts for rural houses for about $1 each. So the fiberglass rods weren't in really the correct position. I kind of chose a kind of a more symmetrical, so the flaps open equally on both sides, but they really shouldn't. The inner flap needs to be a little more restricted. Looks like the action is working fairly well here, but really not. It could be better. I had to use more duct tape to hold the flaps from opening up too wide. After making this prototype, I did find another version of the idea where they use a disc that lays flat, and it flaps up to capture the wind. And if I can find the link to that video, I'll put it in the description. Well, I hope you enjoyed the video and gained some ideas. Thanks for watching.